Stop boarding that plane without watching this first, because right now, thousands of seniors are sitting in cramped seats, paying fees they should never have paid, and walking right past services the airline already owes them, simply because nobody told them the rules changed. And today, that stops here on Airport Wisdom, the channel built by and for the millions of experienced travelers in our community who refuse to be overlooked, overcharged, or left behind one more time. Here's what the airlines are quietly offering senior passengers in 2026 that most people will never think to ask for. Starting with number 15, complimentary amenity kits. Because on any international or long-haul flight over 6 hours, there are toothbrushes, toothpaste, hand lotion, lip balm, eye masks, earplugs, and thermal socks sitting behind that galley curtain going completely unused, unless you flag your flight attendant the moment you sit down and say, "Do you happen to have any amenity kits available?" That one sentence separates the passengers who land refreshed from the ones who land exhausted, and that leads us straight into number 14, which hits close to home for every single member of our community who has ever sprinted through a connecting airport on bad knees, because airlines are required, not encouraged, required, to provide complimentary golf cart rides, motorized intergate escorts, and dedicated transport to any passenger who asks, whether you use a cane, have arthritis, or are simply overwhelmed by a massive hub like O'Hare or Dubai International. So call the airline 48 hours before departure to lock it in, or let the gate agent arrange it on the spot, because a missed connection costs the airline far more than a 2-minute cart ride ever will. But wait until you see what's next, because number 13 is the one that genuinely shocks people. Those premium airport lounges with the leather chairs, hot food, quiet Wi-Fi, and clean restrooms are sometimes accessible to senior economy passengers for free through basic loyalty program provisions, retiree credit card benefits, or the small allocation of discretionary day passes that gate agents carry and can issue to a polite traveler during a long layover. So approach them calmly and say, "I have a long layover. Are there any lounge options available today?" And your 4-hour wait could become the most comfortable part of your entire trip. Now here's the part they really don't tell you. Number 12, carry-on assistance, is not a favor. It is a trained expectation of every flight attendant on every aircraft, meaning they are supposed to help you stow your bag. They just won't volunteer it unless you ask. So tell the gate agent before you board and remind the cabin crew the moment you step through the aircraft door, because no senior should be risking a shoulder injury over an overhead bin. Number 11 is where our community members consistently tell us they were most surprised, because gate agents carry real discretionary authority to reassign passengers to bulkhead rows and exit aisles with significantly more legroom at zero cost, especially on flights that aren't full. And the technique that works is arriving early, staying polite, and being specific. Don't ask for an upgrade. Instead say, "I had knee surgery recently and I'm genuinely worried about the seat pitch today. Is there anything with more room available?" Because that framing triggers an accommodation response rather than a perk negotiation, and even a bulkhead seat is a genuine win. Keep watching, because number 10 alone is worth sharing with every traveler you know. Airlines still stock basic wired headphones and, on aircraft without seatback screens, loaner tablets loaded with entertainment, none of which are ever announced, all of which are available to the passenger who asks early and frames the request around needing them for the in-flight entertainment system. And if you have any hearing difficulty, specifically ask about volume control headphones, because those exist in the inventory too. Number 9 is the blanket and pillow secret our community asks about constantly. They didn't disappear. They were just removed from automatic distribution to save boarding time, meaning they are still on the plane, still available, and still yours the moment you ask when you first sit down, before the galley gets slammed with requests. And a small pillow behind your lower back on a 4-hour flight is not just comfort, it is genuine injury prevention. Number 8 is one of the most important physiological facts in air travel. Cabin air dehydrates your body faster than almost any other environment. And for seniors managing medications, blood pressure, or kidney function, that dehydration compounds fast, which is why you should never wait for the beverage cart, but instead press the call button or walk calmly to the galley and explain that you need additional water due to medication, because flight attendants are specifically trained to prioritize those requests. And while you're there, Ask whether any low-sodium or dietary-specific snack options are available, because many carriers stock alternatives that never make it onto the cart. Here comes number 7, one of the most underused free benefits in aviation. Special dietary meals, including low-sodium, diabetic-friendly, gluten-free, vegetarian, kosher, and halal options are available at zero additional cost on virtually every major carrier worldwide, pre-ordered at booking or by calling 24 to 48 hours ahead, and if you forgot, tell the flight attendant during boarding anyway, because crews often carry extras for exactly that situation. Number 6 is critical, and we need you to share this one. Airlines have a full medical accommodation infrastructure that most passengers never know exists, including permission to bring portable oxygen concentrators aboard with 48 hours notice, onboard emergency medical kits, and cabin crew trained in medical response. And all of it is activated by one thing, taking 30 seconds when you board to quietly tell the lead flight attendant about any condition or medication that may need attention during the flight, because that 30-second conversation could be the most important one of your entire journey. Number 5 is the legroom secret thousands of Airport Wisdom community members have confirmed works. Arrive at the gate early, before boarding zones are called, and tell the agent calmly and specifically that arthritis or a mobility condition makes the standard seat pitch a genuine concern. Then ask whether any exit row or bulkhead seats are still available at no charge, because gate agents have the authority to assign them, and they use it for passengers with real needs who ask genuinely. Number 4 will save you money before you even reach the airport. Most airlines have internal accommodation policies allowing seniors with mobility or health-related needs to select seats for free, but that policy lives inside the phone-based customer service system, not the website, so call the airline directly. Explain that you need to sit near the front for easier boarding or near the lavatory for health reasons, and request the seat selection fee be waived because the agent on that call has the system access to make it happen instantly. Number 3 is the one our community talks about the most, and we want every new viewer to hear it clearly. Airlines provide a complete, escorted boarding and deplaning assistance service, available on the spot simply by telling the gate agent you need it. No pre-booking required. And from that moment, a staff member walks with you through the jet bridge, helps you settle without being rushed, and meets you at the aircraft door on landing to escort you all the way to baggage claim. And using this service is not a burden on anyone. It is exactly what it was designed for. Number 2 will cost you nothing but 30 seconds of confidence. Priority boarding is already available at most major airlines for passengers who need extra time, but it is almost never announced unless you ask. So confirm it at check-in or approach the gate agent before the zones are called, because boarding early means overhead bin space is still there when you reach your row, means no one is rushing past you in the aisle, and means you have time to get genuinely comfortable before the cabin fills. And that calm start sets the entire emotional tone for your flight. And finally, number 1, the service that members of the Airport Wisdom community say has completely transformed the way they travel. Wheelchair assistance. Not because every senior needs a wheelchair, but because requesting it unlocks an entirely different airport experience where a dedicated staff member meets you at the entrance, navigates check-in, fast-tracks security, transports you to the gate, boards you first, and waits at the aircraft door on landing to escort you all the way to baggage claim. And you do not need to be permanently disabled to qualify. If you have any difficulty walking long distances, standing in long security lines, or managing the physical demands of a busy terminal, this service is yours. It is completely free. It is available on every major carrier, and it may be the single most impactful travel decision you make this year. So there they are, 15 free services airlines offer and almost never volunteer. And now that you know them, which one are you using first? Drop it in the comments because we read every single one. And if this gave you something real today, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because Airport Wisdom publishes insider travel guidance for senior travelers every single week. Because the best flight of your life isn't behind you. It's the next one. And now you know exactly how to claim it.